Hey everybody, it's Kim here again. I am still battling a nasty cold, so I apologize for my manly sounding voice, but hopefully I actually have audio this time and I don't have to redo it all over again. My voice is not happy about needing to spend 10 minutes talking again, but I want to do it again because I want you to all have it because there was definitely some important stuff. So basically, the leadership conference that was on, what was it now, Thursday night? It was one of our coaches, and then we had a couple of our higher level coaches, like 6 star and up. One lives right here by me in Woodstock in Kennesaw. Natalie, I think it's Godfrey, and then Leah Morton Case. She was somebody who had an awesome story about how she worked the business for a couple of years, totally let it fall away. She let some doubt creep in, some other people's opinions of her, yet she was still making like 40 grand a year doing like nothing. Or she was working full time as a wedding photographer, making like the same amount of money working all day, every day. And she started to think, you know what, there's something here. And then she started to work it again. And now she's well over 6 figures. So she was saying it's kind of reassuring that we all have our own path. Sometimes you're going to do it hard. Sometimes you might fall away. Life might happen. But that residual income is still always there for you, which is one of the coolest things about our business opportunities. So they were really saying that we should think about the income possibilities for people, what it could do just to have an extra $500 in their pocket every month. Like for so many people, it's life changing. Um, and to take that $500 a month times 12 months times 10 years is 60 grand. 10 years of your life can go by so fast. Most of us know now. And to have another 60 grand just from working, like, whatever it is, a half an hour here, an hour there, just to bring in just $500 a month. There's been some times I've been able to make that in a week and just working an hour or two a day. So people could really not work much at all and have just a residual, something they can count on every month, no matter what, and how much that could change their life. So they were saying really to be proud of what you do, to not be afraid to share this opportunity with people, because what we're doing is good. Like everything about what we do as coaches and our company and our product and helping people get healthier is good. So we should be proud of that. Believe in the company, believe in yourself. And they were talking a little bit about why the opportunity is so cool too. And one of the biggest things that stuck with me is that you can learn while you earn, which usually that was one of my concerns, is that I'm not gonna be able to make any money day one because I don't really know anything. And you get to like learn how to take better care of yourself. As you're learning, you're sharing it. And that's what's putting money in your pocket as people start following your posts and coming to you. So that you can learn it while you earn it, that you can launch it for less than $500, talking about your Shakeology, like over the course of, a few months or maybe up to like $1,000, in almost a year. But you're talking programs and Shakeology and your business, your websites, your training, your fees, everything. And how it's just so cool because most companies, I mean, I launched my business for $150 and that just doesn't happen anywhere else. So especially with the income possibilities, that you can build it part-time anytime. So you can be doing it, from anywhere, any city, any virtual office. It's full-time income, but you can do it really part-time. And when it's convenient for you, unlike any other job. Tax deductions alone make it worth it. And that you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. You always have support around you. You have all of these videos you can watch from the top coaches. All the information that you need to be successful is at your fingertips if you'll only take it and utilize it and really put it into practice in your business. So that's a little bit about the business opportunity, why we shouldn't be afraid to share it. And then they basically said, as coaches, we need to stop wanting, if you want to be successful long term here, right? You've got to stop focusing on short term and instant results. So it's so easy for us to look at our challengers and say, stop wanting to lose this weight day one. It didn't come on day one. So it's silly to expect it to come off day one. But in reality, we do that a lot to ourselves as coaches. If we don't see something right away, then we're like, well, it's probably not for me. I know I did that. I shared that in my call this week, and it's so wrong. Like, you can't build a business, you're building something, right? And so he was talking about the difference between the stairs and the elevator. Most people believe in this success that's like this elevator straight to the top. He's like, that doesn't happen in real life. And especially for Beachbody coaches, right? We're about health and wellness. So we're going to take the stairs every time. He's like, in the stairs, it's harder, but it makes you stronger. And you're getting there the right way, like you're building it, but you're becoming stronger in the process when you take the stairs. And really, he was kind of equating the stairs to this business. There really is just no straight elevator to the top. So he was really talking about how there's no shortcuts, and that, what does it take to be successful? It takes self-discipline aligned with your goals. So most of us have these goals, but what we're doing every day is not matching up with those goals. We're not really being disciplined when we're sick, like I am right now, or when we don't want to be, when it's hard, when there's things that we'd rather do, we kind of go to those short-term satisfaction, in place of what we want long term. So he's like, you got to have self discipline aligned with your goals. And then, so you got to find what's going to work for you. You can look to others for examples, but ultimately you are the only one who finds what works for you, which, really hit home with me. It is very true. So he also talked about how we have to consistently do the right things, which is from Galatians 6:7. It's a sowing and reaping culture. That's what we have. So what you put in is what you're going to get out, always, every time. It might take a little bit of time, but that's how sowing works, right? Like when you plant seeds, pumpkins, tomatoes, whatever, they don't bloom instantly. You don't have fruit tomorrow. It's a process, right? This is no different. So we just have to stop being so hard on ourselves and just expecting these instant results and forgetting that for us, it's a process too. Things are happening beneath the surface if we'll only stay consistent long enough, right? It's like that pumping of the well. You pour so hard for a couple months and then you get just a couple of drips of water. That momentum builds and you get more and more and more. But that you need the self-discipline to do those things that you do not want to do. That's the difference. Many of us have these goals, but we're not willing to do those things. And that's the problem. Said you should spend the majority of your time in your strength zone. So define your strengths, know what they are. Yeah, it's great to try to work on your weaknesses, but at the same time, you're going to spend so much time and just to get a little bit better at something maybe because you're just not naturally good at it. So rather than that, let's kind of forget about the weaknesses. Don't, downplay those and really hone in on your strengths and just strengthen those even more and spend the majority of your time on that. He's talked about how you are the CEO of your own business. We know that, but for most of us, that's scary. And even when he said it, I was like, gosh, it is scary that I'm completely in charge because sometimes I feel like I still don't know what I'm doing or the right thing to do or how to do it or what comes next and, what I'm doing wrong and things like that. But he said it's scary, but you need to create a strategy for your business. So because you're in control, you're the one controlling your success and your outcome. So you've got to create a game plan. He's like, no coach goes into a game planning to win and says, okay, ready, set, everybody just go. You've got plays, you've got strategies, you set it up ahead of time. You know that if the ball goes here, then somebody needs to be there. And you've got it planned out. So we said if we aim at nothing, we're going to hit it every time, right? So you've got to have a specific goal every month in your business, maybe even every week to break it down a little bit smaller for yourself. And then create a game plan for that. Like if you want to have 4 coaches added this month, then you need to try to add a coach every week, right? And it may not happen just like that, but you want to be shooting for that. Same thing with successful points. If you want to hit 10 and maybe you're striving for, 2 or 3 every week. So also he said because, you got to have that game plan, you want to be systematic about it. So make a schedule for yourself, take a month, like you're going to all have probably a team calendar with a coach, Nikki and all that, but make your own calendar. There's a great Anita Myron video on scheduling your month. That's fantastic about how she hits successful 50 by halfway through the month. But she said you want to create a system because it can be duplicated for your coaches beneath you. It's sustainable and it's efficient. So rather than kind of starting from scratch every single month and always just never knowing what you're doing next, or what you're going to do, even the next day you wake up, what do I need to post today? You want to have that plan. You want to have a plan of attack. So write down, maybe 2 days a week that you're going to do a blog post if that's something that you do, or if you're a big Instagram person, or if you're going to do a contest, if you're going to do something like that on Facebook, a free giveaway, plan out when those are going to be to push, at whatever point you think you're going to need that extra help, or when it's going to flow, your free group into your challenge group, into your coach, coach sneak peek and stuff like that. So share your game plan with somebody. I know that I'm hoping to share my game plan for the next month with Amanda and have her look at it next week and say, okay, does this look like, here's my goal for the month. Does it look like this is going to get me there? To never be afraid to ask someone to share it and to get their opinion. He also shared the tip that, attitude is everything. We know this, but honestly, this was a game changer for me. He talked about a teenager who wants an iPhone. He's like, have you ever seen a teenager in pursuit of an iPhone? There is nothing they won't do. There's nothing that they'll stop at. They're going to offer to clean the whole house, to give dad massages every day. There is nothing. They are resourceful. They are creative. They are determined, and they are perseverant. There's nothing. They will tell you that these friends have it, and this is research shows why they should have it, and how it's going to help break down on, bills because they won't be watching as much of TV and this and their regular house and all these things. They're going to have it all laid out. They know what they need to say to you, what they're going to do to get what they want. He's like, so we've got to channel that inner teenager in pursuit of an iPhone, which is funny, but it's so true. I know for me, I could remember when I wanted a dog and I did a whole presentation for my parents. I did so much research. I was dressed up. I had a slideshow thing. I was ready to go for all the reasons why it would teach me responsibility and help me to be better, in bonding and how many kids have dogs and how many dogs. It's just amazing. I did so much. And that's because I wanted it that bad. So you've got to channel into that. You've got to every day be like, how bad do you want it today when you're sick, when you don't feel good, when, you're busy, when your husband's gone, when you just would rather do something else. Like, that's your opportunity. Like, how bad do I really want it? And think of that, like what you really want, whether it's for you, you're searching for, you want to get a new, I know Coach Allie wants a new Apple, like a Mac computer. How bad do you want that Mac computer? Okay, get up and work. So channel that. And then basically there was a little short video at the end that just talked about ways to really kill success and ways to make sure that you won't be successful. And there was 5. She said to believe in overnight success, because we all know that doesn't happen. To believe someone else has the answers for you, because they don't. You need to find them for yourself. To believe that when growth is guaranteed, you should settle down. So if you get to that point where you're like, oh, I'm just kind of cruising at this nice income now, and I'm a diamond coach, and like, this is kind of good enough. No, because you can always do more. If you have dreams, it's your job to make them come true. And if they don't come true, it's your fault. That was another aha moment for me. And life is never about the goals themselves, because let's face it, when you hit that goal, you had it all hyped up, but then it's kind of like over and done with. And you're like, okay, now on to the next thing. Right. I know that happened for me when I hit diamond. Like, it was cool, but it wasn't like it was necessarily what I expected, because it's not where I want to be. I want to be so much higher. So, it's kind of like that. Achieving those dreams is kind of a momentary thing. So what you really want to do is enjoy every achievement along the way, and to just keep enjoying the journey and the process. And I know that sounds kind of like, yeah, everyone says that, but really and truly to enjoy each day, to learn from the days that aren't great, and, to just, basically to enjoy the process. So I hope that helped all of you. And I hope everybody has a great day, and that you could hear through my manly voice. Talk to you all soon.